What's up all the Gunpla fan, Happy New Year, welcome back to another episode of TeamZeon. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe so you don't miss any future video. Also, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, I put the link below. That's it for the blah blah blah. To start off a new decade, we start off something new, something not from Bandai. Today's episode, Hobby God Gundam. When Bandai releasing the high rim God Gundam, I'm not that exciting, that's because I'm not a big fan of high rim, plus the price is pretty expensive. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy that Bandai didn't forget about G Gundam. I believe it's not only me, there's a ton of fans out there want the 2.0 G Gundam line. I'm a big fan of G Gundam, has been hungry for so many years to seeing a new update. What I'm hoping to see is MG 2.0, version Kai, or maybe Perfect Grey. Instead, Bandai announced a high rim version. That broke my heart. But on the other hand, that's a full rising kit from GK Hobby or maybe Model Bingo that caught my attention. And here you go, look at this beauty. Look at the design and look at all those details. But more importantly is, this thing is so big. The GK Hobby God Gundam is the size of the MG New Gundam. Even it say 1/100 scale, but it's not Bandai 1/100 scale. When we come back, we will discuss more about this kit. Stay tuned. When you open the box, inside it comes with a back of a Lego part. So don't be freaked out though. Those are actually the interframe of the Gundam. Beside the Lego part, it comes with 6 pieces magnet, and they are super strong. Super strong. There's the connection for the hand that you see over here. As you can see, this is the interframe. It's all using the Lego part. You need to do a lot of cutting. So I actually have some English over here. So the black arrow assembly, glue on, and cutting. Yes, it required a lot of cutting. So I think this is the first page, because it got some instruction on it. So first you will see the black line is a symbol, the green line is glue on, the red one is cut. So basically when you look at the instruction menu, the other thing is this instruction menu have no English instruction, they're all Chinese. It's not that hard to understand though, like we said before, you see the red representing cut. So in the picture they will tell you. So on the first page, for the structure, you see over here is Chinese word. What that means is, as soon as you put those 2 parts inside, and then the one the left over, you have to cut it. Another one is over here. You see the way that they tell you to cut like this. The best way you do it is using your nipper to cut on the top. After that, and then you cut these pieces over here. And on the bottom over here, what I tell you to do is cut in half. Both sides cut in half. But when you cut this one, you can do an adjustment. You know? Try to fit in first before you do a final cut. Same thing over here, tell you to cut it. And a little tip for putting together, before you sure 100% the glue. If you're not sure 100%, don't put the glue yet until you put everything together. Make sure it look like this, and then you start gluing. And let's move on. Same thing like this. Over here, I recommend you to use a nipper to cut it. It's very easy. This one, yeah, you can use a nipper to cut too, but make sure you don't use God hand, because if you damage God hand, it's very expensive. Just use a cheaper nipper. And you see this is the little white screw. You have 2 pieces inside the box. when you put it together like this, you will have some leftover sticking out. When that's sticking out, you need to cut it and sand it down. When you move down over here, also I tell you to cut on the top. Cut this one and cut it and save it. You need to create these pieces over here. This one over here, you know, when you cut these pieces out, you can use a nipper. That's fine. Make sure you cut it on the middle center, so both are even. And then this over here, when you move down, same thing. You see these little pieces like that's the tree, the Lego tree. So you cut these pieces out. You don't have to worry much when you cut this one. You know, as soon as you put it together, you will have something. You will have a leftover sticking out. When it's sticking out, you just sand it down and cut it. Same thing over here. Cut it. That's all you need to do, and glue it. This part over here is a little tricky because this hole is bigger than this knob over here. So what you gotta do is tell you to put a glue. But the problem is when the hole is so big, it's so hard to put a glue. I got some couple different ways you can do it. You know, you can use the patty to cover the hole. Don't let it dry until it's almost dry, and then you stick this one in and hold it until it's fully dry. Another way to do it is you can cut those little pieces, those very tiny pieces, and leave it on, and a drop of this. So the plastic will melt and it will stay together. This is how I do it. Same thing over here. I tell you when this one is sticking in, the leftover, cut it. Cut it. You can use nipper to cut, no problem. This one, the easiest way is use nipper to cut on the top, and then you use the little saw to saw it. This piece over here is same thing. Cut it. Use nipper to cut until you put it in like this. When you cut these two pieces out, you don't have to worry it's even or not. Until you put it together, wherever leftover sticking out, cut it and sand it down. Same thing over here. On the top over here, you need to put some glue. It's not hard to manage. It's very easy to manage. Another thing, when you look at this over here, this two Chinese word, it mean this one it mean first, and then this one is after. So you have to put this first, and then you're gonna put this one in. Man, whoever designed this guy must be genius. Or maybe he's a master of Lego. Oh look. And it's super strong. Oh my god. This is so cool. It's not that bad though. So when you put it together, you see on the instruction manual it tells you to glue. But before it glue, you need to take care of all those yellow part, you know. This is how they came. Mostly you see those pieces over here, you need to cut it. Make it nice, even. Another thing, after you cut, and then don't glue it yet, you have to try to attach on it. You know why you cannot glue it? Because you have to make sure they fit perfectly. There's a lot of those rising cake, they don't fit perfect. So you need to do a lot of fixing. You need to trim it down a little bit or sand it down a little bit, you know. It might take some time to do this, but if you get yourself in the rising kit, this is what you're gonna expect, because they're not original from Bandai. You gotta make sure they fit before you glue it down, or no, you gotta make sure it fit and then before you paint. So it won't have trouble when after you paint, you put it together, it's much more easier. Okay, the painting is done. It's time to put it together. What I'm using is a super glue. You know, anything can glue together is fine. You know, I love to use liquid. It depends. It don't have to be a lot though. A little bit is fine, you know. And then, like I said before you paint and glue, you should put it together for one. Make sure they fit right before you paint and glue. And now this step, you don't have to worry about they fit or not, because you already did one. You already put it together one. You know it's fit. So right now it's just waiting for the glue dried up a little bit, and then we continue the next step. So I got this part done, and then G3 you see the two Chinese work in there. Those two, it means first. You gotta put this pieces first, and then you stack this one in the back. So when you get this together, the next step is put these pieces in the back. That's it. You're done. Moving on is the GK4. Very easy. 3 pieces. Just put it together. They look pretty nice. Moving to GK5, same thing, put it together. On the GK5, those 2 pieces, you see they have a round hole over here. Make sure you don't put any glue for this hole, because this is for these pieces over here. If you melt this together, this thing will not flipping up. So you want to put these pieces first, and then the last you put glue and stick this one together. GK6, nothing special. Put it together. So here's the whole body part. It's kind of complete. The next is the head part. Mainly it's just put it together. Only thing you need to be aware is the GK8 over here. Same thing, this part is the last part. You have to put this in first, and then you put this one on the top. GK9, same thing. This part first, and then this is the last. Reason I cannot put the head together because I'm missing this part. When they ship me this box is missing this part, so I can't really finish the whole head. I contact them, they say they're gonna send me a replacement part, but I don't know how long. I'm gonna try to make myself one because I have to rush the video out. Next is the shoulder part, GK10. Nothing special, just put everything together. On the shoulder, this is the front, this is the back. After you glue the back piece, and this white piece you put it in there, and then you can glue the front part. Do not put a glue over here, otherwise this piece is not gonna move. So here's the shoulder. I got 2 more pieces over here I didn't put, because those are I want to make this as a glossy finish. The final coat is going to be matte finish, so I don't want those pieces getting matte finish. I want a glossy, so I'm gonna put it after the final coat. The hand part is nothing special. All you gotta do is follow the instruction. Only thing that you have to be aware is over here. Inside the box, it should come with a magnet. Totally 6 pieces. So it requires 3 over here. 3 for left, 3 for right. For those magnets, it's better off that you put one in, let it dry, and then you put the second one. If you put it without let the glue dry, and then you try to put this one, they might have a chance to flip it back together. Then we got some problem. So on these pieces, we're not supposed to glue this. So what you need to do is you need to put some glue over here, and this little tiny spot over here. Then you want to place your little magnet over here. Now, before the glue dried up, you gotta put it together. Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're magnetic. So you can take it out and put it on from the bottom. Yeah, like that. It's pretty cool. a little tips for the magnet. Make sure you know where's the positive and the negative side. If you have it wrong, this thing will avoid to stick it together. See, when you get it right, it sticks it so easy. Moving to the next is the leg. GK12 assemble, put it together. GK13, I believe that you need to do this first because you need to paint this. And GK14, you need to pay a little attention with all those red Chinese words. So this over here, it means first. This have to be first. 14, GK14, you have to stack. You have to glue those two pieces together, J1, J2 first, and then the rest of them you can continue. What I'm doing is J1, J2 first, and then I stack this little two pieces together, and then those two, and then this, and this. This one is just this part, I just stick it down. So I got the J1, J2 stacked together and the bottom pieces, and then all I do is stick this one in and then finish the rest. So here's the leg. Same thing, these pieces over here, I want to keep it shiny. I don't want the matte finish, so I put this one at the end. GK15, same thing, put it together. But I have some problem though. My GK15, they came in off. You see this? So what I do is I just use a glue, even it out, and stick it together. That's the best I can do. GK16, same thing. This over here, it means first, you have to put this one first, and then the rest just following. GK17, the H3 and H4, it's this round pieces over here. It say that you can use it or you don't have to use it. But I have to say it's so hard to put it in, so I have to trim it down inside and glue it. So same thing, I got some Chinese word. This means first, you have to glue these pieces inside first before you put it in. Move it down, same thing, you have to put this one in first and then before you stack it together. And here you got the leg. GK20, nothing special, just put it in. GK18, same thing, you have to put this one in first and then you put those pieces over here. So it's very easy, just use a nipper and cut those parts, make it even. And here you go. This pieces over here is kind of loose, but you're not supposed to glue it because this is holding the saw. If you glue it, you cannot move this around. So make sure you don't glue it. GK19, nothing special. Just glue it, very easy. GK22, same thing, colored. Let's say you need to glue, but I didn't glue. It looked like it hold very well, so I didn't glue it. GK23, same thing, follow instruction. The only part that you need to be concerned is over here. Let's say first, and then the end. You have to put this first. Make sure you lay it out this before you glue it. You're not supposed to glue this part over here, but I'm saying you have to glue those two pieces together. So make sure this is look even like this before you glue. And then you put it inside. This over here, I mean, is facing this way. So you are doing this side first and then the other side, same thing. It looks very nice. The only problem is, for some reason, when they shipped this thing came in, they are not even. Look at them. Some of them is bent, and I am trying to fixing it. When you get all those done, next thing is put it together. So it's a no-brainer, very easy. Welcome back, GK Hobby God Gundam. I gotta say this first, this kit is not for a beginner. When you search online, you probably will find two different versions. One is the GK Hobby and the other one is the Model Bingo. When you go to eBay, you type in GK Hobby God Gundam, it will pop up GK Hobby and the Model Bingo. But when you go to Google, type in GK Hobby God Gundam, it will only pop up the Model Hobby version. I'm not sure what's the difference. Mine is the GK Hobby version. I can tell you what I know. The GK Hobby is cheaper than the Model Bingo. And second, is the Model Bingo come in a better packing with a better box, nice black box, and the logo look like Gundam. But GK Hobby, that's how they come. You might have a lot of questions want to ask how it's compared with the high rim. Why you want to compare with the high rim is because this rising kit is very expensive. Plus shipping, this rising kit is more expensive than the high rim God Gundam. The articulation is okay. My HG is still a little bit better. The hand, you can do basic movement. How well is the hand gonna move? It has to depend how good that you put on those Lego pieces. As you can see, the left and right hand, especially over here, this two over here, this is the correct connection. This is wrong. It's because that I overcut the Lego pieces. It's too short, so when I connect these pieces together, I cannot connect like this. This one actually the correct way. This one over here is bad connection. You see, you can kind of see the difference. This one can go all the way up, bend the hand all the way up. This one can. The coolest part on the hand is this over here. This pieces is using the magnet connection. So you're just attaching it. When you're doing the shining finger, you can move up one like that. Pretty cool. And this is something Bandai can learn from it. The body part is okay. You can move left and you can move right, and you can move it forward like this. Again, this is have to depend on how well that you do with the Lego. The leg itself actually is not bad. This is how far you can go to bend. And this over here too. The front chest is open. Yeah, but they're missing the King of Heart logo. It also comes with extra part for the chest and the eye. So if you guys want to install LED, it's no problem. It comes with two more pieces clear, and the eye over here it actually comes with a clear pieces and a regular solid pieces. Next question we have is, can this kit stand it by itself? Yes, this kit can stand it by itself. It depends how well you're installing those Lego. But I won't trust it because this kit is so heavy. When it fell, you know what problem, it might break some part. It's better off get yourself an action base. Something like this so expensive, you don't want this thing fell down. If you're getting a Bandai action base, the only action base it fit is the action base 1. Don't even try the action base 5. This thing is huge. Even you get yourself action base 1, you still need to do a little modify as the connection on the top, this pieces over here. What I'm doing is the lazy way is using tape to tape around and make it a little bit bigger and connect with the Gundam. It holds, but it's not stable. So after the video, I will remodify this connection over here. I think I might need to cut these pieces and connect with different pieces. So this kit has so many problems, and then you have to go through so many trouble to put it together, and it's still a lot of people dying to own this kit. Why? Based on me, I can tell you why. Look at the design. This thing is so sexy. Second is the size. I know high-rim Gundam sell very well. Hopefully Bandai in the future, you can release a perfect grade version. I truly believe God Gundam deserving a bigger scale like perfect grade. Third is the challenge. No matter how many kits that I build, it's still a Bandai kit. An old builder like me, I know what to expect from Bandai. Building something not from Bandai is a new challenge. Plus, this kit is using Lego to do the interframe and make things more interesting. Again, this kit is not for beginner. It requires some modeling skill and modeling knowledge to put it together. So that's it for today's video. I hope today's video can give you some info about this kit, and you think you're ready for the challenge, go for it. If you want to get your hand wet on the Rising kit, I recommend you start off something easier instead going complicated. And feel free to share the video to your friend. More importantly, is subscribe to the channel for the future video. Like I always say, building a Gunpla when you're feeling tired or lost patience, stop it, continue next day, don't rush. And I wish everybody have a happy build, and I am Yamasaki from TeamZeon. See you.